Hey, do you travel for work and you're always wondering what foods do you need to have with you when you're in a hotel and when you travel? I'm going to share with you the three must-have foods for traveling for work so you can live a strong, fit, and healthy life. Now, if you haven't already, like this video and subscribe down below so you can get automatic updates every time I post a new nutrition video that's going to help you thrive in your life. So I've spent a lot of time, over a decade, working with professionals and executives as they've traveled the country and the globe, helping optimize their nutrition while they travel, and I want to share with you some of those tips. So here are the things that you need to do and need to bring with you when you're traveling. The first thing is protein. Protein is the hardest thing to come by, especially if you're staying at a hotel. I know a lot of hotels nowadays will offer a complimentary breakfast, but this is really generally just a carb and sugar fest. I'm not a fan of those fake, hard, kind of over scrambled eggs, so I generally don't want to eat those. So you need to make sure that you're going to have protein with you. So there are a couple things that you can do from a protein perspective. One thing I like to do is I bring protein powder. So in this little container, this is a Go Stacks by Blender Bottle. I can put a scoop of protein powder in here. Now what I brought with me is vanilla synthesis. And what I do is before I travel, I add some unsweetened cocoa powder. It's a high antioxidant. Cocoa powder is actually very high in antioxidants. I mix it with the vanilla, and those extra antioxidants are going to give my body some additional support to deal with the stresses of airplane travel and travel in general. So you can go protein powder, that's one. Another good one are the Core Power Fairlife ready to drink protein shakes. You can get these pretty much everywhere. They're shelf stable, so they don't have to be refrigerated. You can get them at gas stations. So if you're flying somewhere, you don't have to bring it with you because you'll have that problem bringing it through TSA, but you can just pick it up somewhere when you stop at your destination. So those are always great and a go-to. Other things that are good are whether it's tuna fish or salmon in these packets. These are really helpful. So this one right here is salmon, and it's got 21 grams of protein. So this is easy. Don't need a can opener. Just rip it open. You can eat it. You can add it to whatever you want. You might be thinking salmon for breakfast, but it's actually a pretty good breakfast food. So that's another way that you can do it. So the thing you need to remember is protein is so important. So always have a plan for protein, especially protein at breakfast. Now the second thing that you need to do is you want to make sure you're bringing, bringing or having with you some sort of fresh fruit or maybe a vegetable. Now, one of the things that I've noticed, one of the big changes that's happened post-COVID is that these complimentary breakfasts that hotels offer, many times where you're going to stay with business travel, they all of a sudden they don't offer the fruit that they used to. You used to be able to get apples, bananas, oranges, what I call the tough fruits. So these are fruits where you could, like a banana or an orange, they're tough, they don't really get bruised very easily. You can remove the skin and you just eat the inside. So those foods aren't around like they used to be. So it's worth it to take an extra trip to the grocery store if you can and get some fruit that you could have in the morning. So for example, where I am right now, I went to a local Hy-Vee because I'm out in the Midwest, and I picked up some berries and also a bag of baby carrots. Now this can easily stay just in a hotel refrigerator, and this is going to give me a bunch of fruit, and it's also going to give me those vegetables, the carrots, to snack on as I need. So I know at breakfast I'm going to be having protein because I'm bringing it. I'm also going to be able to have the fruit as well because I have those blackberries. So what I know I'm always going to be able to get at a hotel breakfast is going to be carbs. So oatmeal with some flaxseed, maybe mix in a little bit of granola or something like that. If they have some dried fruit, mix that in, and I can have my protein and my fruit, and I'm starting my day off with a great breakfast. Now, the other thing that is kind of a bonus tip to remember is that usually when you're traveling for work, dinner is oftentimes going to be the biggest meal, right? Because usually sometimes it's going to be a business dinner, or you're going to go out and have something to eat. So one of the things that I like to advise clients to do and do myself is eat a smaller breakfast. So if I'm going to have a little bit of oatmeal, protein shake, have some of the berries, right? Have a smaller 500 calorie or less breakfast, have a similar size lunch because I know I'm going to have a larger dinner. So being able to control calories earlier in the day is going to make it so much easier as the day goes on. Then if I have a larger dinner, it's not going to be as bad, and my total calorie intake for the day is actually going to end up being pretty balanced. So what we do is we just eat less earlier because we know we're going to eat more later. That's really important. Last thing you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure you're snacking smart. So I always bring pistachios. So here I actually forgot them, so I don't always bring them. I forgot them, so when I stopped at the local grocery store, I picked up a bag of pistachios. Pistachios are great because they are a complete protein. I was talking about having protein earlier. They're a great snack that contains protein. They don't require refrigeration and they're very portable. So it makes it a great food when you're traveling. You also get to eat a lot of them. So one serving of pistachios is just under 50 nuts. So I'll usually have 2 to 2.5 servings, so about 100 pistachio kernels every single day. It's a great filling snack that's also going to deliver protein. And before, remember when I was talking about the antioxidants that are found in the cocoa powder that I mix into my vanilla protein, there's also a lot of antioxidants in pistachios. So when you travel, the airline travel, maybe you're getting less sleep because you're traveling, there is a lot more stress on your system. And getting these supplemental or these additional antioxidants are really important to help support your overall health. So I'd love to hear, comment below, what are some of the foods that you make sure that you always bring when you travel? Now, to summarize what we're talking about, we want to make sure that we have protein so that we can make sure we have a protein-rich breakfast, but then also supplement protein to maybe some other meals which are going to be smaller. We always want to pick up some fruit so we can have fruit to support a healthy breakfast, so we really have a nice, well-rounded breakfast. And we all want to have something that we can snack on. My go-to snack when I'm traveling is pistachios, something that's going to have some protein in it. Another great option, I don't have it with me because I actually already ate it, is beef jerky. Beef jerky is another great, it's full of protein, it's a quality protein, and it's very portable. So these portable protein-rich snacks are also the way to go. So those are the 3 things you want to do when you're traveling for work. Have any questions or comments, post them below. Make sure you like the video and also subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you get notified whenever I post more nutrition content.